DVD.
Hey Camera Naggies, I'm Ashley Matthews and you're watching Film Geek. So something that won't surprise you, Marvel may be pissed about Rob Zombie's new horror film. His new movie titled 31 is based on a strange statistic that says more people disappear and are never found again on Halloween than any other calendar day of the year. It's about 5 carnival workers that go missing. You might wonder, what does this have to do with Rob Zombie? This plot kind of rips off Marvel. Arcade, the psychopath who captures superheroes in his amusement park themed death trap known as Murder World, is exactly what happens in Rob's film, although it may, I'm sorry, but it will be much more graphic than any Marvel movie. Just when you thought that superheroes only existed in movies or comic books, well, they don't. In Toledo, recently a dozen SWAT members showed up at a hospital dressed in full superhero costumes. They rappelled down the side of the hospital only after they arrived by helicopter. The officers were inspired after seeing videos and pictures of window washers dressed up in superhero costumes to surprise sick kids. And so Officer Matthew Slayman said he felt confident that the same results would happen in Toledo. Let's take a look at their surprise visit. When you go watch a Marvel movie, you always stay for the post-credit. I mean, I feel like if I see you leave before then, I get confused. But for Christopher Nolan to have enough to stop Man of Steel director Zack Snyder and Warner Brothers from not having a post-credit, after all, he was just an executive producer. Well, that takes a lot of effort and success. So I guess when you go see Interstellar next week, you can be thankful after the 3-hour movie, there will be no postscript. And you can run to the restroom that is calling your name. Let's talk about the new release I caught this weekend, Nightcrawler, which is a crime drama thriller. This movie stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Rene Russo, and Bill Paxton. When Jake Gyllenhaal's character Lou Bloom becomes desperate, he will do anything for work. He develops the idea to become a crime journalist. He pushes the line between observer and participant just to obtain the best story possible. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a job. I'm a hard worker. I set high goals. My motto is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to make the money to buy a ticket. So what do you say? I could start tomorrow, or even why not tonight?
No, I'm not hiring.
We're first! Go around, get a shot inside the car! Hey, back away! I got it, I'm back!
Will this be on television?
Morning news, if it bleeds, it leads.
Are you currently hiring? I'm starting a TV news business.
You, get back!
I film breaking stories. Maybe you saw my item this morning with fatal carjacking.
No, I mean, I don't have a TV.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah.
Does it have GPS?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're hired.
Okay. We're taking the next right. That's stupid!
Repeat the police. I will never ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. Excuse me. I have something you'll be very excited about.
You have a good eye. I want you to contact me when you have something.
Something like this.
Think of our newscast as a screaming woman running down the street with her throat cut.
You will be seeing me again.
Any unit, residential 211.
A home invasion.
gotta call the cops.
And we will, at the right time.
But I don't know what to.
We're gonna find the person that drove that car.
Start filming.
I'm Detective Fanieri.
I think you withheld information.
That would be a very unprofessional thing for me to do.
It would be murder.
I want what you promised me. I want something people can't turn away from.
911, what's your emergency?
We want all of this.
Oh my God!
I love to change the world.
I think Lou is inspiring all of us to reach a little higher.
This week I'm joined with Adrian Alexander, a senior in communication. Welcome, Adrian. Thanks for joining me.
Okay, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
Of course. We saw Nightcrawler,
Yes.
which this was probably Jake Gyllenhaal's absolute best performance ever. I think he was a total creep, though, in this movie. What did you think about that?
I did think he was kind of creepy. I think he played the role very well, though. I don't know if that's actually how he is in real life, but he did an amazing job playing the role, and he played the part well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Did you notice like he looked very sickly? Like it looked like he had lost a lot of weight for this role too.
Yeah, I watched the interview previously to this, and he looked like he had more weight on him. So I think he probably was dedicated in losing that weight and getting to play the part well, the way he needed to play.
I wish it was so easy for us everyday people that could just do that, like these actresses and actors.
Right.
I feel like the writing was so witty. For a movie like this, you wouldn't think it would be so funny.
Yes.
But now that I'm thinking about it, the funny times that I was laughing, sometimes it was funny, but sometimes I was having that, oh my gosh moment, like this is really happening.
Yeah.
Like you get, you know?
Yeah, I understand. I did kind of, there was some satire to it a little bit. It was very funny in certain parts. Some parts were, of course, there was a serious, because it was a different kind of movie. There were serious parts, but I actually was surprised for this type of movie in journalism. There was a lot of funny moments in the picture.
There was absolutely a lot. Jake Gyllenhaal wanted people to like him a lot. So I felt like you had to be inside his mind, and I felt like maybe he goes home and like reads a million self-help books and like Googles how do you talk to people in certain situations.
Okay.
Did you feel his character was that kind of role?
Yes. I actually think for this type of role, he probably needed to do some research before he did it. I don't think that he could have just done it as well as he did without doing some research. I think I did watch an interview, and I think he said that he actually went along with the Nightcrawler.
Really?
And actually, he actually went along and participated just to kind of get a feel so he could play the part better.
I wonder what kind of experience he actually had, if he had anything close to what he was doing on the set on, with this Nightcrawler he went with. Because in the movie, man, you see in the trailer, he's dragging a body. Where he got footage going into houses and doing things that you're not allowed to do that. That's not even a crime scene yet. Police aren't even there.
Right.
Yeah,
I understand.
So it makes me wonder, do people do that in real life? Do we get footage that way? So we're in that field, you and I both, for potential news work. How does that make you feel knowing that ethically and morally one day you might have to check yourself on crossing that line?
Well, I think this question
is that a tough question?
No, it's not a tough question. I think any journalist should have some sort of moral, and they should know what the morals are for whatever field, or the code of ethics.
Right.
In the movie, I think that he did cross the line multiple times.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, he did what he needed to do to get the story. So you can't, legally, I don't think he did anything wrong, but morally and ethically, I think he did. And so to anybody that's in any field, whether it's journalism or any field, I think that they should know, they should kind of have some sort of code of ethics in place and know what they need to do, but also get the story if you can get the story. So.
Okay, so you said legally you don't think he did anything wrong. So so you think moving a body or going into people's houses and like
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Legally, he did do a couple of things wrong, but like for instance, like with the door open, sometimes the door was open, so I mean,
Yeah.
I guess he could walk
Sure.
in for something like that when he was getting the footage of people dead and stuff like that in
Yeah.
their home. So stuff like that, I mean, he did what he needed to do, but yes, moving the body, maybe positioning some things like he did in the movie, that's probably a little bit too far, but you know.
You know, and we talked about this last night. Would I be willing? I don't know, but I think if you're gonna do it, get a bodysuit or something. I don't know, like you just like tramped through a crime scene. People aren't even there. So I'm thinking, what did you leave behind? Did your hair fall down? You know, like, oh my gosh, that was crazy to me. I'm thinking,
It definitely was crazy.
yeah. What was going through your mind when he was like? I don't really want to give that part away. Don't want to give it away. How he was treating his assistant person.
Well, treating, what was going through my mind when he treated, I guess his name was Rick, and
Yeah,
that was the
Rick.
character, Rick. I think that that's the real world. I think that's how management is, and in a sense, Lou was his manager, and or he was the business owner
Right.
of his own company, and that's just the real world. That's how people treat other people. I don't know. That's the only thing I could come up with that.
Well,
It's people treat people like that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really nothing you can do about it. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's wrong. I'm just kind of in the middle. It's just how it is. you
Well, I
know?
think it brings me back to like Jake's character itself, because I feel that if somebody else was treating him the way that he was treating Rick, he then said, you know, like you said to Renee Russo, Dina, pretty much blackmailing her and telling,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I felt like he could do to someone, but someone couldn't do to him. So I don't know if that was just in his mind, how his mind was working for this psychopath type killer person, or...
Well, I think the character, Lou, obviously, I think he knew what he wanted. And he was determined to get whatever he wanted. And so that's what he did. And so his skills, his communication skills were ridiculous in the movie. He was a master. He knew how to talk to people.
Yes.
And actually, there was a scene where he said he didn't know people. Rick said that he didn't know people, and I'd had to disagree because he knows people very well.
Yeah.
So that's why he was able to communicate with people and get what he wanted throughout the entire movie. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody else besides Jake Gyllenhaal could have played this role the way that he did?
No, I can't picture that. I picture him. I only see him in the role, and he did an excellent job. So.
Good. And you said you want to go see it again.
Yeah, definitely. It was that good to
So,
me. Yes.
It was good. Definitely worth going if you like this kind of movie. Very interesting, very interesting movie. Definitely go see it. It was a good movie.
Definitely.
So, thanks, Adrian, for joining me.
Thank you.
And I'll be right back.
Hi, welcome to High Horse University. You're a communications major, right? Here at High Horse U, you're just a number to us because you're making us loads of money. You'll also have to sell your kidney to pay for tuition. Sign on the dotted line, please.
That's what happened.
Come with me. This is Cameron University's Communication Department. We care about quality education, not robbing you blind. Here, you'll actually get to know your professors and classmates. You won't be needing this anymore.
Visit Cameron.edu for more info.
Dear Aggie, I feel my teacher is treating me unfairly. Any advice on what I should do?
Dear Aggie, I'm getting burnt out this semester. How can I avoid going nuts?
Dear Aggie, any advice on how to avoid getting sick this flu season? Dear Aggie.
The Cameron Collegian presents Dear Aggie, our new weekly advice column featured in the Student Life section. Submit your anonymous questions about issues involving school, family, relationships, or anything else on AggieCentral.com. Just click on the Dear Aggie tab for more information.
Starplex Cinema, where I Catch My Movies, released Interstellar and Big Hero 6. They also have the $5 tickets on movies before 6 and just $2 more for 3D movies. That's all for this episode of Film Geek. As always, you can find me at the Starplex Cinema, where I'll be catching you at the box office. Until next time, Aggies.